Hello, Michelle. It's Michelle from the Dog Psychic. I have your dog's questions right here in front of me and the camera box over here. So if my eyes look like they're in a really weird direction, it's because I'm paying attention to her photo, to Shakti's picture. The very first thing that I got when I was tapping into her field is like I actually was writing down what I was doing. So that to me says right away this is a dog who needs to understand things. And then I was also guided to do a cord from my heart to her heart of energy. And I had to open up these little doors, which I don't generally have to do with animals unless they're missing. Like if they've gone missing, we do this cord from our heart to their heart. So I'm curious about that. What it generally tells me is that you have to do a heart cord from her, from you to her. It's like she gets lost without it. She needs this cord of attachment to you, this really strong, solid cord of an attachment. And as I'm talking about that, I'm seeing all these. I don't know if you understand cords of attachment or not, but what that is about is energetically, everybody we've ever contacted with that has had an emotional attachment to us in any way, shape, or form. That we have these cords of attachment to all of these people, all these animals, all these people. That cutting cords is really an important exercise. So right off of the bat, I'm going to tell you how to do that. I'm going to ask to cut her cords. So I'm going to say, I call upon St. Michael to cut all cords of attachment from Shakti and from Michelle, and all cords of attachment from me. And may we all be surrounded in healing white light, and any healing that needs to go to the beings whose cards were disconnected from us, may they receive healing from St. Michael, not from us, healing and energy. So again, I call upon St. Michael to cut all cords of attachment from me, Shakti, and Shakti's Michelle, today and every day. It's really important to her. I'm writing notes down as I'm doing this as well. I feel that she's empathic. Like she's just taking on everybody's stuff. And it's too much for her. So you can do this cord cutting exercise with her. Cord cutting. And you can do energy work where you just move energy off of her. And just so you're aware, the day that I'm reading an animal, I take on how they're feeling and how the humans are feeling and what the general energy is. And I seriously today have not been able to do anything. I've been really tired, really fatigued. I still actually have my pajama pants on. Did some yoga and went for a light walk. So I'm just going to muscle test to check on if I'm picking up on you guys or my stuff. So my stuff, Shakti, Michelle. So all of us need a little bit of an energy infusion. And I feel that with knowing what that means, it's important for you to ask to be guided and ask to be re-energized and ask for the cord cutting and for energy to be cleared from you and from Shakti, because you're mirrors for one another, always. So that's going to be number one for you before you leave every day. And when you come home, like when you come into the home and you have all this energy from being out, that's going to be really important. I feel like I have her full attention right now, which is nice. So your first question is, why is she experiencing so much anxiety when you leave? Well, this is a big one, is doing your cord connection with her and letting her know, visualizing from here, yourself leaving the house, getting in the vehicle, going to work or wherever you're going, letting her know how long you'll be, and then visualizing when you come home. So whether that's light or dark or at a certain time, something that she could understand. And then before you come into the home, cut cords, cut cords, cut cords, cut cords from yourself. So you're not bringing all of that stuff in from everybody else. I have a sense as I'm saying this that you've been told that you're empathic. And it's time to believe it. I'm just writing that down. Time to believe. It's time to do the work rather than be stuck in the negative energy of being empathic and it just physically bothering you, okay? You can Google all kinds of stuff about that. Denise Lynn has a nice energy clearing thing on her page. Anything from hayhouse.com. You can Google them and check out that information. So I'm going to go right into her now. Why are you so Shakti? Why are you experiencing so much anxiety when your mom leaves? Oh man. Okay. I see. Okay, forgive me, but I see it's energy. It might be the way you feel, or I'm getting a visual of your actual actions, but it could just be picking up the energy around you or how you're feeling inside. I see that when you leave the house, you're pretty frenetic. Like it's like literally I just get this visual of like like this thing going on, and it's freaking her out as much as it's freaking you out. So maybe getting up a lot earlier in the morning and grounding yourself, doing a light meditation so you feel safe when you leave. Okay, ground, meditate before leaving. There's just all this stuff around you, and I think you can feel it. I have a sense you can feel it. It's very close to what would feel like a schizophrenia, like just a lot of different things in your mind and voices and information and like it's just like you would make a really good commercial for a person leaving and then needing that Calgon when they get home. A Calgon take me away commercial. Okay, so I'm just going to go into that a little bit more. Yeah, it's making her feel like she needs to save you and stop you from leaving, and that's not good for her. So this whole exercise about being calm and maybe doing a meditation or even having a meditation timed so when you wake up, it's playing when you wake up, something like that. Or try theta wave music in the house, like play theta wave music as you're getting up in the day and leave it on for her. It has a positive effect on the brain. And she thinks you're going away. She thinks you're going away. I see a car accident. Let me see. Feels like it's already happened. It's a car incident for certain, like whether you had a close one or whether you've already been in one, and that's really caused a lot of anxiety for you. Okay. I get two images, so there's like a lot of information. I'm getting an image that she was with you with this, so it could be that you have road rage. There's a lot of frenetic energy in the vehicle for sure. Yeah, I just hear her saying, I don't want you to go, I don't want you to go, I don't want you to go. So it's so important for you to explain the coming and going process to her. I'm going to explain it to her. I'm visualizing it right now. So I'll say what I'm saying it thinking in my head. I'm just visualizing your mom is always coming home. She's going to try and be more calm when she leaves so to not upset you. Okay. It's really important as well when you come home to not put all your emotions on Shakti. She's too sensitive. When you come in the house, one of two things. You either have to ignore her completely until you're calm and grounded and sitting and relaxed. When you come in the house and you pay attention to her right away when you're experiencing all of that energy from being out of the house. It's like I have a sense that you have a little bit, I call it agoraphobia. It's like when you're leaving the house, like you have these, it feels like you have these, like you don't want to go either. And it's just like, it's like it's pulling at you, but you know you have to. If you don't enjoy your job, it's important for you to either change your job or to find a way to enjoy it, or to find a way to ground through it, or to find a way for you to find a survival state in it where you're listening to beautiful music during the day, or listening to meditations, or practicing mantras or something. I feel that there's this mandatory thing about recreating where you're going during the day, your job. Okay. Why is she trying to escape out of the house? She's like, there's no way in hell that you're leaving her behind. There's just no way in hell that you're leaving her behind. It's easier for her to already be out of the house, to be able to control things, than to be in the house and be left behind. And then when she gets out of the house, she just loses her mind. It's like this post-traumatic stress disorder. I literally see, and you might remember this, like a really crazy windy day where it was like, so maybe a fence panel or something, tree branches, it looks like wood to me, like literally fell on her outdoors. So she has a little bit of this crazy part when she goes outside where she kind of detaches. She would really, truly benefit from the Bach Flower Rescue Remedy. Truly would benefit. Before you leave, before you go outside for a walk with her. But she's just like, there's just no way that you're going out of that door without her. She doesn't know how you manage without her. There's a big change for you, not big enough, but a big change for you when you're with her, when you're sitting with her, being calm. It still looks to me like you're super distracted and pulled in a lot of different directions, which I can relate to, as most humans can. So there's a lot of room for improvement around that. Is there any other reason you're trying to escape out of the house? Oh, God. There's a lot of pent-up energy. I literally see her kind of with that, what people call the puppy zoomies, where they run around and around and around and around and around. I feel that she needs a lot more energy drained during the day. It's not being drained from her. Oh, yeah. Okay, I hope you don't mind this, her saying, I can't stand being here all fucking day. So excuse my language. I hope I haven't offended you in any way. But it's like she has a lot of pent-up energy about being in the house all day. And she's so in her head that it doesn't matter if you have other pets. She's so in her head, which is also part of her breed. Okay. When she got out 3 weeks ago and was missing, where was she going? Oh, okay. Well, I think we got a little bit of that answer with knowing that she just kind of gets like schizophrenic, but I'll go into it a little bit more. Oh yeah, sorry. When I do this deep breathing thing and go into it, I'd ask that when you're just sitting here watching, that you do the deep breathing and go into it as well. Just do deep breathing whenever I'm going in and breathing. she's like a little bit like a teenager running away from home, and she's a bit of a swearer, so you might not be surprised about this, but I was like, where are we going? She's like, I don't fucking know. Like, and again, I apologize. Not all dogs drop the F-bomb. But I think it's important. And generally when I am this honest with people, people laugh their heads off and say, holy cow, my dog is exactly like that. So I don't want to miss anything that will bring an authentic energy to this. Where were you going? So she says, I miss a lot of people. So it feels to me like there's a lot of people in her life that she either doesn't see enough or that aren't there anymore. To me, there looks like there's a girl in her teens that's maybe not around as much anymore in her life. Looks to me like there's a little bit of a miserable young guy. Looks like teens as well that she misses. Where are you going? Now with the dangerous part, she believes that she can manage herself, and she's spooky enough, like enough that she believes that she can avoid any danger when she's out, because she does have these hyper vigilant senses, and she's not going to let anyone too near her. I have a sense that she's not overly friendly to everybody, although she has a really friendly side with the people that she likes and knows. Okay, I'm going to tell her it's really dangerous when you run away. You have to stay home, stay in your yard, minimal in your neighborhood. You always have to return home. Okay. When she went away, it looks to me like she was lured away a bit by somebody. And then I hear she just lost track of time because she didn't follow them completely. She followed them for a bit and then was like, whoa, her ears like, whoa, okay, what's going on? Where am I? Got a little freaked out about it. I see her underneath bushes. Okay. When you get crated and you tear up the bed and try and get out. This is funny because that dog right there licking himself. Hey, Biggs. Hey, Biggs, leave yourself alone. He did the same thing with crating. He'll tear up the bed and shove it all underneath of himself and just freak out. I've never been able to crate him without him having a complete meltdown. But he was left in a foreclosure, so he's got some emotional issues. So I'm just going to go into her. So remember, breathe as well, please. Sorry for laughing, but she loses her, what she says is, I lose my effing mind. Like, I just lose my effing mind. She has way too much energy to be put in a crate without so much energy drain. I feel this is a dog that you have to feed like with mental games, so she has to go through a puzzle to eat her food. I feel like using her mental wellness. I feel like she would benefit from a thunder coat. I'm going to write these notes down. Too much mental energy needs to be drained. So mental toys, games, training. What else, puppy? She says she likes being outside. I actually see her in a backyard. It to me looks like you might have a wood panel fence. If that's not what you have, it is the image I'm getting. So it's somewhere in your yard, your neighborhood. It to me really looks like it's in your yard. If she hasn't been with you since she was a pup, it might be her last experience. Sorry, she's really like, ugh. She's just, there's a lot of pent up energy, and she says, also tells me she comes by it naturally. Like there's a lot of heat in her bloodlines, like with her mom, her dad. With both mom and dad have a lot of heat, a lot of intensity from, again, breed as well. Why are you having so much anxiety? Yep. She feels like she's way too cooped up. Now, this is a dog that you could literally walk for a quarter of a mile in the morning and she'd still have energy afterwards. You literally have to tell her to go lie down and like flip it off, like you're flipping off a switch. It'd be super beneficial if you can't walk her like that every single morning for like minimal 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Super important maybe for you to get a treadmill or a dog walker that can do that safely, because I don't feel that she would pay complete attention if she were off leash, especially with somebody new. She's too easily distracted, maybe, and maybe a bit of a flight risk, I feel. If you bring food, if the person brings food, they're going to have a lot better of a chance with her for sure, I feel. Okay. Bear. How do you feel about bear? So right off the bat, I get that she can take bear or leave bear. There's an issue about Shakti being there first. There's a little bit of a jealousy. I literally get a visual of when you're petting bear of Shakti like shoving in. So I can also see that it'd be beneficial for you to ask them to both sit down before either one gets attention. She's feels to me like if you had kids, that's your ADD child is Shakti, but I feel that a lot of this can be drained out of her, but she's not, it feels to me like she's just not benefiting of just being an indoor pet dog, that she needs a lot more mental stimulation and probably some physical stimulation as well. But you're also going to have to control it, because I also see that she'll take over and like have too much energy when you're doing these things with her. So you're having to manage her energy and calm her down. Oh, that kind of leads into the next question. How can you help her feel more calm, safer, loved? Okay. So do some deep breathing right now, okay, Michelle? Right into your belly. Okay. This, for you, meditation from your dog is mandatory. You're going to get a little weird about it and kind of pushy with you when you first start doing it, when you first start sitting. I see you sitting in a big comfy chair, like a one-seater kind of a big chair. And she's going to try and interrupt you when you're doing it. And you're just going to have to breathe through it and ignore her and not tap into her and give her neediness and give her attention when you're trying to meditate. She just needs to get used to you being silent. If you have to, put on earphones and listen to a CD, meditation CD or something. I need you to talk to me a little bit faster. I'm getting an image of your bed right now and you in the bed. Yeah. So a lot of it is coming through you. So she's really, really, really inviting you to change your life and slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. How can you enhance? How can your life be enhanced? Okay. You might even need to. Well, okay. So I'm getting a visual of you walking with her, but it seems like it's not really enough. You might have to even bike train her, where you're just going at your slowest pace. So put it in the low, low, low gear. Go as slow as you can. So she's just trotting along beside you. You can't make her gallop because then it's just going to trigger more of her adrenal system. But she does need to go faster to drain energy, and you need to go slower to drain energy. So for you, going on a nice slow bike ride with maybe one earbud in with some meditation music or CD or whatever, guided stuff, and she's trotting along beside you on the bike, you can get a little attachment called a springer that goes on the back tire, where you can safely attach her to like a harness on her, and it has like a little leash attachment, so she can't get hurt. And again, you're going to be going so slow that even if you wiped out, like no one's gonna get hurt. So yeah, and I also see you feeding her with kongs and stuff. So feeding her, like, take her food and put it in a kong, and if you're feeding wet or dry, you freeze it in the overnight so it's hard and compact, and give her that to work on during the day. So her chewing needs as a terrier too, like that, those needs get met. It drains us some more energy. Calm. What do you want to tell your mom? Okay. So for certain, it's very clear that she loves you, but she's really getting crazy. Like, she's getting crazy, and it's a big, big mirror. And it's hard for her. She's like, I can't even handle it anymore. And don't take any of this kind of stuff personal. Remember, it's just information. And what I always ask people to do is, after getting a read, is like, just sit back for 3 days and let go of the information, because it can be really heavy. And then it will start to make sense. You'll be like, oh, okay. It never comes, well, not ever, never. But for a lot of people, it doesn't come right away. I had a course on the weekend, and I had all 20 some odd people do quick little readings with each other and for each other at the very end, when they knew what they were doing. And when people were reading them out, they would be talking about them and go, oh, now I get it. They didn't get it when the person was talking, but then it started to unfold. So just take your time with this and understand how beneficial it is for you. Again, what do you need her to know? What does that mean? So it looks to me like you're happy at Christmas time. And she said to me, take a jingle bell walk. And when I dug into that a little bit more, it's like I just see you being happy at Christmas time. And it's like bringing that energy into your life all the time. Like bringing that vibration, that joy, the music, like maybe even in your head, sing Christmas songs to yourself to kind of bump yourself up a little bit. Do your teeth hurt? Okay, so I'm just going to do a bit of a body scan and sit in her teeth right now, and you can do the same thing, because I want everybody who does these experiences, these kind of readings, to be able to do the same thing. So all you do is you sit and you deep breathe, like you're going to see me do, and you just pay attention to your mouth while looking at your dog. Okay, so I don't feel any pain. I feel a bit of what feels like air in this front tooth. It feels, it's that sounds weird, but it feels like You know when you get a sensitive tooth and it feels like there's something in there, but it's not as intense as a sensitive tooth. So keep an eye on this front tooth. And there's definitely some jaw tension back here. So that can, you know, giving her things to chew on and giving her the Kong to work on can release some of that tension. It can create a little bit more tension as well. So you might, arnica. So she tests positive for arnica. You might want to give her the homeopathic arnica for jaw tension. Okay. Okay, so we're getting into the walking question. Okay, forgive me again. When I'm seeing you walking, it looks to me like you're really distracted. You're not connecting with her and breathing and being on the walk with her. To me, it feels like maybe you're talking on your phone, maybe you're doing other things. There's this whole presence that you're being invited to experience through your dog. It's about being deeply present so you don't lose your mind, right? Okay, this whole windy thing. Don't walk her in the wind anymore. And this, I get the image of the fence panel falling down again. It looks to me like if anything happens out in the real world that's a little bit intense, that the response through you is, in her experience, quite, I'll use the word hysterical, but we can look at that on a 1 to 10 level, so I'm going to ask 1 to 10 hysterical. So like a 4 on a level of 1 to 10 on like hysteria, that you're like, can be pretty like, about things, and that really needs to change to build her confidence with you outside. It's like she changes her mind. She's like, yeah, okay, I want to go out, and then she gets out there and changes her mind. And I'm going to explain as a behavioralist, every single thing that's going on through you goes directly down through that leash, and you can't fake it to a dog, especially a small dog. Well, a big dog's just going to react and act out aggressively. A small dog, you get these fear responses. There we go. Pardon me. It's not uncommon for me to get super yawny when I do this kind of work. So she isn't a big barker, but she seems to bark more intensely, more often lately, and it's like it startles her and she's scared. What or why or who is triggering that? Okay, I'm going to go into that. Okay. Lucy, Lacey. It's strange I'm getting a name, and Lucy or Lacey. What does that mean? Is there a dog that is a friend of hers that she knows that's name sounds like Lucy or Lacey that she knows that is a barker? Looks to me like a small white fluffy dog or a white fluffy dog. What else? Yeah, she has a wind hysteria. So just don't take her out in the wind. Don't. It's not good for her at all. It's not good for you either. In Chinese medicine, there's actually a wind element, and it's wind is in animals that are like kind of jumpy and jittery and like almost border collie-ish. They're like ha ha ha, Jack Russell-y. It causes these kind of weird jerky movements in people and animals. It also can be that they have a wind constitution. So let me just test into that. So that she tests positive for a wind constitution. So you can Google, that's what it's all about, is learning new things. Traditional Chinese medicine, wind. And to learn what you can do about, to bring the wind down in yourself and in her. Oh, that makes sense actually with the image that I got with you at the door. They're like, that's like what wind constitution people are like. This kind of scatters your mind and your body a bit. Okay. Why aren't you happy? Listen to this, Michelle. I am happy. I just have moments of spastic reality. So I just want to go into that a little bit more with her. I want her to show me what that is about. If it's coming from internal, is it coming from internal, external? It's coming from both internal and external. Okay, so it goes right back into like her heritage, so her bloodlines. I hear that her mom was not that balanced, or her dad either. It looks to me like the person who bred them has this like kind of windy way as well. That's like, whoa! So it's just like ingrained in her being. So how do we work around that? What do we need to do? Okay. So she's, I get a very quick image of you sitting with her on your lap with your hands on her shoulders and breathing into her, like deep breathing into her. I hear 15 minutes, but let's just go. I'm going to ask her, how many minutes would you like this? 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So yeah, 15 minutes, once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. So twice a day. I'm going to write it down. 15 minutes, 2 times a day for 1 day, 2 day, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. So that's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So 4 months. So 15 minutes. So energy, work, holding her shoulders, and breathing. You're going to have to convince her about this, because when you first do it, she's going to get a little bit spazzy about it. I can see that in my mind. You're just going to have to breathe it out, and you're going to have to, in your mind, ask her for permission to breathe with you and to just calm down and let her know that you're practicing and you're doing this for her highest good. If you want, you can put some music on. I see it as a silent exercise. And she keeps saying, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. I've got it from the get-go. Like her mantra is, I don't want to go. So that means that your new mantra will be, it's safe and easy for me so it's safe and easy for me to move forward in life. Something like that anyways. That sounds like a good one to me. It's safe and easy for me to move forward in life. And perhaps take a look at the Louise Hay You Can Heal Your Life book. It has mantras from A to Z with every illness and disease that we can create. And these beautiful mantras that kind of contradict that, the emotions that cause the illnesses and disease. Again, that's Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Do you want to have a copy here? Let's see here. Yeah. Here's the oldest version you'll ever see. She's done a whole bunch of renditions of it. It's now a gorgeous, fancy colored book. So let's take a look for you with anxiety. Anxiety. Not trusting the flow and process of life. I love and approve of myself, and I trust the process of life. I am safe. So that could be your mantra, and that could be what you say when you're doing the energy work with her. I love and approve of myself, and I trust the process of life. I am safe. And when you're on your walks, maybe that's your mantra. I love and approve of myself. I trust the process of life. I am safe. Yeah, I would go with that one comfortably and safely. So I'm just going to do a bit of a body scan on her and see how she feels everywhere in her body. So I'm going to teach you how to do this too, so you'll be able to do it when you're doing the energy work with her. So what you do is you're visualizing her over you. So what that means is when I'm visualizing her ears, I'm visualizing them over my head, and her nose over my nose. So you can also do it by just looking at her and paying attention to her ears, and then how yours feel. Looking at her eyes and how yours feel. Going into her jaw and how yours feel. And do that through her whole entire body. I do sell a muscle testing chart that teaches all of this stuff. It looks like this, but I'm going to teach you how to do it right now. It's got about 160 different questions on it to ask animals. So I will go through together with you right now. So we're going to sit, take 3 deep breaths. Give her permission to bring anything up she needs to bring up. Just going to ask her to sit and relax through this. Sit and relax. Trust the process of life. I am safe. So now just feel her ears over your ears. So I'm feeling a little bit of a pressure back here. So that could be a good pressure point to hold for her as well for 20 seconds. So let's just go sit in her eyes. So just notice how your eyes feel. If they feel okay to me. Still really getting this pressure, so I'm going to hold it. Nose, going to her nose. Feels okay. I do get an image that she does a lot of like sneezing though. But I don't feel any irritation. I just get the visual. Jaw. Yeah, I get that eerie tooth again. Less pressure in the back of her jaw as I'm doing this. So this vertebrae back here could be out and affecting the jaw as well. Vertebrae strong, vertebrae weak, vertebrae strong, vertebrae weak. First cervical. So it feels that her vertebrae and her neck are okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to feel into that. So just pay attention to your vertebrae, imagining her body's over yours. So it does feel like there's some tension in here, so just massaging in there for her can be helpful. So shoulders. Yeah, it feels okay. A little bit of something around here for her. So again, holding her shoulders and massaging, breathing into it, or massaging the top of her shoulder points. Okay. And then her front legs and her paws, front paws. Just paying attention. I get the top of her right paw, and here there's just something a little bit. So you can work these pressure points. You can look up the pressure points and find out what this is in the body and what it affects. Just Google acupressure points for dogs. Okay, so her sitting in her thyroid, strong, thymus, strong, lungs, strong, left lung, right lung, strong, heart, strong, liver, strong, gallbladder, strong, Pancreas strong. I'm muscle testing right now, like this. Spleen strong, pancreas strong. That's nice. Digestive system seems good. Adrenals seem good. Kidneys, a little bit of a weakness in the kidneys. Okay, so this is where the fear can be coming from as well. So it could be beneficial for you to put her on some kidney balancing herbs. Kidney herbs. So yeah, herbs test strong. Nettles test strong. Uva ursi. So, go to your local pet store and get her a product, or the health food store and get her an animal-based product to support kidneys. That's what I would do if she was my dog. And now it hasn't affected her adrenal system, it feels. Her adrenal system tests strong, but it feels like her kidneys are like quite, they're just testing weaker. So if you support the kidneys, it won't go into the adrenal system, which is nice. So it hasn't affected her adrenal system. Okay, flatters. Right hip, left hip. Right knee and left knee. I'm hesitating because I'm feeling some stuff down the front of the left leg. It's not pain, but that could be massage the front of the left leg. Feet. It's okay. I'm feeling a bit of a poke in the back of my lower back on the left-hand side. Oh, okay, well that's where the kidneys sit. So right on either side of the dog's spine, if you go right down the spine. Hey, Biggs, come here. I'm going to use you as an example. Come here, Biggs. Thank you, buddy. So, today, Biggs. So if you go on, in my pajama pants, I'm just using you as an example. I'm using you as an example, Biggs. He says, hell no. That's my boy, just sit here. Okay, just be an example, Biggs. There you go, be an example. So if you go like this and do massage down the spine, along the spine, this is the kidney meridian. Okay, you're safe. If you do it about an inch over, that's the second. Oh, hey, thanks for nothing, Biggs. He's not a good helper today. That's okay, he helped me for 2 days straight, so he's tired like me. We did some serious work this weekend. Okay, so you're going to do the massage down right along the spine and then about an inch over down the spine, and those get the kidney meridians. So it's really beneficial. They also in yoga say if you tap the kidneys, which are, like in between like where the hip bones come up, it's just in front of those hip bones. If you tap that for 3 minutes a day, it's supposed to help the kidneys do what they're supposed to do. Just kind of stimulates them. Acupuncture. She tests strong for being open to acupuncture as well. So you can just start with acupressure if you want. But if you have an acupuncturist, acupuncture is really beneficial. Acupressure and puncture. Okay. What else do we need to know, little tiny girl? She says oh, that was nice. She says she's willing to be strong. That's nice. That's like the first clear piece of information I've gotten out of her. Okay, so that might be your mantra. I'm willing to be strong. I'm willing to be strong. I'm willing to be strong. That might be your mantra. She says the pressure of it all is taking me away. So, years ago I worked with a girl who didn't do the work, and her dog passed away sooner than she imagined her dog would pass away. And she phoned me and she said, I asked her, well, I knew she hadn't done the work because I had tapped into her dog and knew she hadn't done all of the work that came through in a reading before over the years. And she asked me if she could do it still with the dog on the other side. And I said, absolutely. It's never too late to do the work that an animal is inviting you to do or learn the lessons that they're in your life to teach you. So on that note, I would invite you to do this work, and I believe that it's imperative for your relationship with her and her safety. And I'm not trying to freak you out. I just feel that there's an importance behind this. Like it's mandatory is the word that I hear for you to start practicing these things, these meditating during the day and this energy work on her, learning about some acupressure points. All these things have been brought up, imperative. Otherwise, she wouldn't be bringing it up, and you wouldn't feel that it was really important to know this, because Mike told me that this was very important for you to get right away, the information. So I know that you know that something's happening and it's imperative. So I feel the more you calm yourself, the more you're going to see it in her. I'm just going to ask her if she has anything else to tell us. She says, I'm happy, I'm just not strong. So the strength has to come through you. Can your mom do this? She said, if you're willing. I thought I was going to hear her say yes. So you have to be willing. And then I heard, I'm here for a long time. But she doesn't want to be tired. And what that means, she doesn't want to be tired. What that means is she doesn't want to be tired of that vibration of stress. It's no different than a child watching their parent go through something like this. Okay. And as I said that, I hear in my head that there's some parts of your childhood that are important for you to work through around and I see your mom. So mom stuff, childhood. Oh, okay, that's cool. Now I'm hearing Dr. Christian Northrup. Not generally do people's names come up for me when I'm doing a read. So Dr. Christian Northrup has a few like wise woman's wisdom kind of books, and I know that she has some stuff on mom because I heard about that about 8 years ago. So that just popped into my head as I was doing this completion piece. So it wouldn't pop into my head if it weren't beneficial for you. I just can hear her looking at me and just saying, thank you. Okay. Okay, I just muscle tested there. She said, I wouldn't be here without you. And I muscle tested if she was asking me or you, and it's both of us. And she needs us. So you're going to have to channel your inner Michelle. You're going to have to channel your inner Michelle. That's funny. It's like I'm talking to myself here. So she's looking forward to having her what I hear is her inner circle of life changed. Okay? Moving forward to having her inner circle of life changed. That's for you to figure out. When you hear this and you say, what does that mean? I'm going to ask her. Internal. Internal. Circle. So it's like your internal energy. She wants more. She wants more of this. She's like really starting to get into it, and it's starting to really calm her down. I had one lady do a video before and after a reading video, and she'd been working with this dog for 8 years. It was in a daycare. His name's Gunner. And at the after video was Gunner Weimaraner lying on a bed and just kind of looking around like this, moving his head back and forth, looking around. She said he'd never, ever in 8 years lied down in her dog daycare. She's been taking care of him for 8 years, and he was getting worse. So she was the one who had the reading for him and paid for the reading for him. And about a month and a half later, she sent me a follow-up just out of the blue and said, I want you to know that he's a completely changed dog. And it was from the reading. So if there's one thing that I know to be true, Michelle, is that animals need to be heard. I'll write that down. Animals need to be heard. And they need to be acknowledged. And acknowledged. So you're acknowledging Shakti. Now you yourself have to hear the message in order for there to be any change for you and for her. Okay? So what I ask people to do is, after listening to the reading, like listen to it a few more times, of course, write notes as you're doing this. I could have told you that in the beginning. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. She likes this energy, this really grounded energy. I'm not always like this. So drop out coffee. Drop it out. Drop it out, drop it out, drop it out, drop it out. Take calming herbs for yourself. Okay? Drop out coffee. I know, I can hear you. Like, just do it. Anything, any energetic stimulus that you use during the day, drop it out. It's not good for you guys. Not good. Okay. So sorry, give yourself 3 days. And if you have any questions about the reading in general that you need some clarity on, then just email me back with, well, I have enough pictures here, so, or a picture of Shakti that day that you have some questions to ask. So unsure on your walk, but looking at you, like looking through you for security, and at this point in your reality, not getting it. So, I mean, if you have to work with a coach or a trainer or somebody or a dog walking group or something to give you the support around building confidence about going out for a walk together, please do that. If you need any more suggestions on that, feel free to ask after day 3. And blessings on your beautiful little soul. Thank you for connecting with me. I'm just like touching her picture on the screen right now. Your beautiful little soul. She's willing. She hasn't completely shut down. She's willing. She's close to shutting down, and I think you know that. But she's still really willing. So I wish you the highest level of success. And please keep me posted on how things go with your change and her change, okay? The stories propel me forward to help more animals. So Thank you and blessings on your journeys, ladies. Oh, one more thing. We want to pull a couple of cards for you. So what the first card is always a message for you from her. And I'm going to look at the Denise Lynn. She's another one of the Hay House people, and the one that I recommended for their space clearing and stuff like that. Just check her out. I've done her courses in the past. Ooh, I'm getting a big weird energy wave right now. That means I'm not listening to my angels, so I'm just going to breathe. Ooh, okay, here, I'm just hearing don't go there. Okay, don't go there. So I'm going to go, my new cards. I have a brand new deck. Okay. Brand new deck. Rebecca Campbell. Work your light oracle cards. Okay. So you have to listen to those waves and ask your body, like, what is that? What do I need to know right now? What do I need to know? You have to follow it. So I hear 17, so I'm just going to play with the deck for, whoopsie, one just fell right out at me. So 2 did. So I'm going with the 2 that just fell like right out of the deck, okay? Never mind, 17. Okay, so one of them is, it's the Star Mother card, and it says, how can you mother yourself? So it's what we've been talking about all along, is what can you do for you to calm you and ground yourself. The other one is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your own light in order to fit in? So I'm going to read those for you, okay? Star Mother. That's the first time I've read these ones. Brand new deck. Just breathe right now. There we go, page 56. Okay, so it says, you are more than you could possibly imagine, loved and cherished so dearly that if you knew, you wouldn't spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Go figure. Let the mother carry your burdens, let her rock away your fears, lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you're already healed. Let her remind you of your goodness. Let her love your fears away. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you're doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You've got this and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight off the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear, sweet child of the earth. And your work is to find how can you mother yourself. So I remember that the mother came up in the reading too earlier. So, and then the other one, oopsie. The other one is, don't dim to fit in. And there's a tarot card readers, 48. Tarot card, people who make tarot cards don't put the number of the card on the card. It's so silly. So if you ever end up making a tarot deck, remember that. Put the number of the card on the card. Okay, here we are. Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We're all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding. You're a part of the universe, so expanding is a part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away. They're not for you and you're not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who's walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you, or if you make them uncomfortable, it's because you're shining light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you might just inspire them to turn on their lights as well. Or not. Know your light and keep it on anyways. All relationships are essential and energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and creates some waves, which is completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the proviso of I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. So remember, we're talking about this. All relationships are essentially energetic agreement. So you guys have made an energetic agreement, and it's up to her to have brought all of this information to the forefront for you to find your calm and peace, and to do this, to not to dim your light, to fit in, to do the healing work around your mother, and how can you mother yourself, okay? So now I'm super excited to know what's going to shift and change in you and how this goes for you. Now that totally excited me, okay? So blessings, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for doing this for you and for Shakti. It's so important to the animals to be heard, and for them to be able to do their life work. And their life work is helping you learn what you're supposed to be doing for yourself, which in fact affects her. Okay? So God bless you, beautiful girls, and keep me posted. Bye-bye.